Welcome back, guys. I am David Syvertsen from Ourlads Scouting Services. I have for you the Week 5 Ourlads All-Rookie team. It was a very interesting week. There were a couple of really tough calls on both sides of the ball. It wasn't the strongest week for the rookies, but they are playing a ton. There was a lot to go over. And what's interesting about this squad, offense and defense combined, we have 7 first-timers to make the first team of the Ourlads Weekly All-Rookie team. So without hesitation, let's dive right into the offensive side of the ball. And we are going to start off at quarterback with Caleb Williams, the first time he's made the squad. At running back, we also have another first-timer in Tyrone Tracy Jr., a fifth-round running back from the Giants that actually led the NFL in rushing Week 5 and also in rushes of over 10 yards. At wide receiver, we have a repeat from last week in Brian Thomas, who was on the receiving end of Trevor Lawrence's longest touchdown pass of his career, an 87-yarder. At tight end, we have Mr. Automatic in Brock Bowers. At offensive tackle, we have someone that is actually rotating in at left tackle for the first-place Commanders, and that is Brandon Coleman, who matched up several times against Myles Garrett in that win over Cleveland. And interior offensive line, we have someone that made his first start in Tanner Bortolini from the Indianapolis Colts. But let's spend some time talking about the rookie of the week, and that is going to be Caleb Williams from the Chicago Bears. It was only a matter of time for the number 1 overall pick. Welcome to the squad, Caleb. One of the most talked about prospects of my career, arguably the most exciting edge of my seat prospects I've ever scouted, has been on a constant ascent since week 1. Expectations have almost been unfair for the dynamic playmaker. No matter what you thought of him coming out of USC, a growing trend league-wide are the too high expectations both the league and fans have on the first-year quarterbacks. In a sports city like Chicago for a franchise like the Bears and a team that has failed to hit on 2 straight first-round quarterbacks since 2017, patience has worn thin. General manager Ryan Poles, however, did everything he could to get Williams as much support as possible. Now that we are 5 weeks into the season, I can say this is one of the best situations I've ever seen for a number 1 overall pick in his first season. The Bears improved to 3-0 at home as Williams put together his best performance on tape this season. He passed for 304 yards on 20 of 29 passing with 2 touchdowns. He added another 34 yards on the ground. His 10.5 yards per attempt were by far a season high, and its 126.2 passer rating was the 3rd best in the entire league week 5. To me, the most important takeaway from his week 5 tape were 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles. This is the first time we can say that about him this year. We are seeing better anticipation, which is leading to calm, cool, accurate throws to all levels. The more comfortable he gets, the more dangerous he becomes. The Bears have a home game against the Jaguars, a bottom 3 defense, before heading into their bye week. So that does it for the Ourlads offensive all-rookie team for week 5. If you want the full roster and all of the write-ups for those guys, head over to ourlads.com. Let's move over to the defensive side of the ball. At defensive end, we have a repeat Laiatu Latu, who forced another fumble. He is quickly becoming the favorite for the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. At defensive tackle, we have an ascending player in Dwayne Carter from the Buffalo Bills. At linebacker, we have Peyton Wilson. Like I said last week, I think he immediately is the best linebacker on that Steelers squad. At corner, we have a first-timer in Mike Sanderstill, an inside-out corner from Washington. And at safety, we have Tyler Nubin, who's been knocking on the door as honorable mention safety for the Ourlads all-rookie team multiple times, but this week he gets that first-team spot. But let's spend some time talking about the Ourlads defensive rookie in the week, and that is Mike Sanderstill. A lot of talk, and rightfully so, around the Commanders revolves around the early favorite to win the offensive rookie of the year, that is Jaden Daniels. But new head coach Dan Quinn has helped turn this defense, in particular, their pass defense, around into a top half unit. They have held opponents to under 20 points 3 of the 4 past weeks, and they are 13th in pass yards allowed. Last year, Washington allowed the most points and the most yards through the air league-wide. Sandersill, one of the best dual threats at cornerback in the rookie class, a guy that can play both the slot and on the outside, is fifth on the Washington defense in snaps played and second among corners. In his final season for the national champion Michigan Wolverines, Sandersill played on the outside for part of the season after being a nickel only in 22. And remember, until then, he was a wide receiver. The undersized, not so fast corner probably got overlooked in the draft because he didn't have the ideal measurables that a lot of analytics want. But that was a mistake. Sandersill was a first-round corner, and for those that are addicted to workout times, he was top 10 percentile in the jumps, proving how explosive he is. What made him an easy evaluation for me was the fact that he always played bigger than his size, and he is easily one of the smartest players at the position, despite the lack of experience on the defensive side of the ball. Sandersill showed off those traits in Washington's dominant win over Cleveland. He finished with 5 tackles, 4 of which were for stops for the defense. His quick completions allowed. He made quick tackles right after them. He also came down hard on third down against Deshaun Watson rushing attempt to prevent his first down, and also broke up a pass in the end zone. Sandersill, all 182 pounds of him, is a tone setter already for the first place Commanders. That does it for the Week 5 Ourlads All-Rookie team. You guys can head over to the website and check out the full write-ups of all positions. We'll see you next week.